into the floor. Once again, inhale, growing tall. Exhale, sinking the sitting bones into the floor. And from here, just dropping the ear toward the right shoulder. Nice and easy, come back to the center, and we'll drop it over to the left shoulder. Try not to let this shoulder creep up by the ear, come back to center, drop it over to the right. Just getting this nice stretch of the head and neck back to center, and over to the left. And we'll come to center and just look over that right shoulder, nice and easy. And coming back to the center, look over the left. And center and right. And center and over the left shoulder. So coming back to the center here, drop your chin to your chest. And come to center and gaze up. And chin to the chest. And center and gaze up. Let's go through a couple of shoulder rolls here. So just shrugging the shoulders up by the ears. Go ahead and draw your shoulder blades down onto your back. Go through 2 more, just like that. And then we'll reverse the circle. So coming in that opposite direction, nice and easy. Just kind of getting things moving. And then on this last one, rolling it forward, we'll draw the shoulder blades down onto your back. From here, release the hands down. Let's bring your fingertips so they barely touch the mat. Go ahead and turn the palms so that they face us. Here's our music. Sweep the arms as you breathe in. Exhale, press the space away. Inhale, arms sweep open across your chest, join the palms overhead. And then as you exhale, think of reaching out through the fingertips. Press the space away. One more like that. Inhale, arms sweep. Join your palms here. Exhale, press. This next time you breathe in, take the arms all the way up overhead. And let's just take a twist to your right. Take the hand to the outside of the knee. Grow tall from here. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. And then ribs wrapping around head and neck follow. Inhale, creating space, creating length here. Deepening that twist. One more breath. As you inhale and wind, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, take a twist to your left this time. So grow tall. Exhale, coming into that twist, ribs wrapping around head and neck follow. Crown of the head lengthens toward the ceiling. Deepening that twist, one more breath. As you inhale and wind, sweep the arms. Exhale, reach out to the fingertips, press the space away. From here, inhale, take the arms up. This time we'll take a side bend over to the right. Releasing that right hand down, take the left arm alongside the ear here. And then start to come into the stretch. See if you can keep that opposite sitting bone rounded. Reach out through the fingertips here, side waist is long. One more breath. We'll release the hand down from here. Start to draw your forehead towards your knee. See if you can drop through that left shoulder. Breathing into this, one more breath. As you inhale, turn the chest back up, extend that arm alongside the ear. Rising up as you breathe in. Exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Make sure the shoulder's not creeping up by the ear. In fact, draw your shoulder blade onto your back, bend to that elbow, and then find a little more length out through these right fingertips. Keep that opposite sitting bone grounding down, reach, one more breath. Take the hand down, draw your forehead toward your knee. This time allow for that right shoulder to drop a bit. One more breath. Come back to your side bend here, turn your chest up, and then rising all the way up. Reaching out, one more like that. Inhale, sweeping the arms. Open the chest, look up towards your palms, and press the space away. This time we'll lift up halfway. Wrap your arms here, and then going into some circles. Allow the weight of the head to just release. Relaxing the jaw. 2 more circles just like that, nice and easy. And then we'll reverse this. So coming in the opposite direction here. Nice, last one. And bring it all the way around, release. Releasing the hands here, we'll come onto hands and knees. So bring the hips and knees in line here. Stack your shoulders to the right over top of your wrist. Spread the fingers here, pressing into the floor. As you inhale, the belly will drop and the heart lifts. As you exhale, curl the tail under out all the way through the spine. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Stand again. Exhale, rounding up through the spine, really curl the tail under. Nice. Come through a couple more. Moving on your breath. Starting to warm up the spine here. Getting things moving. On this next one, take a breath in. And as you exhale, curl the tail under round all the way up, keeping the spine round here. Go ahead and sink your hips all the way back toward your heels. Inch the fingertips out long in front, and then rest the forehead on the mat. If the forehead doesn't rest on the mat, maybe take the knees a little wider. Take a breath. Walk it over to the right. As you press into the hands, reach the hips over to the left. Breathing into that whole left side. And then keep this nice and long. Walk it through center. And from here, walk it over to the left. Reach your hips over to the right. And see if you can breathe into that whole right side. And release them back to the center. Keep the arms out long in front of you here. We'll inhale, shift back to all fours. Shift the shoulders a little forward to the wrists. Exhale, draw the tailbone under around your spine, rocking. Inhale, shifting forward, lengthen through the belly here. Exhale, round the spine, tailbone draws you back. 2 more like that. Nice and easy. Keep the fingers spread here. Keep the arms actively pressing into the floor. And then the next time you shift forward, we'll take this into a little circle. So circling over toward the right. Bring your hips all the way back toward the heels here. And bring your weight over to the left. Do a couple more circles just like that, nice and easy. Keeping the arms actively engaged here, spreading the fingers. And then reversing the circle, coming in the opposite direction. Take your time. Opening up through the shoulders, warming up your hips a bit. And we'll come back to all fours. Slide the hands back just a bit. Make sure hips and knees are in line. Stacking the shoulders and wrists. Take the right leg straight back. So tuck the toes under here. We'll press back through the heel. And then just rock it back and forth a couple of times, starting to warm up the back of the leg. Getting things moving. On this next one, reach back and hold. Get that stretch. Bring your heel all the way through to the sitting bone. And then shift forward a bit. Lift this leg. Take the left hand back. And just make sure the hips are level here. And we'll lengthen the left arm alongside here. Take a breath in. Nice and slow. Tap the fingertips and toes down to the earth. Rise again. And tapping down. Hugging in toward the midline here. Keep the head in line with the spine. Engaging the core. Keeping the neck neutral. On this last one, reach and extend in both directions here. Find that reach. Take a breath. Take the hand down. Release that foot over the opposite foot. Take a peek over your left shoulder here and just get that nice stretch for the whole right side. One more deep inhale. Release your toes here. Bring that knee back down to the floor. We'll take the left leg straight back. So tucking the toes under, start to rock back and forth. Just kind of waking up the back of the leg. On this next one, hold. Getting that stretch of the calf all the way up through your hamstring. Breathe into that stretch. Shift forward just a little. Lift the leg here. Take your right hand back. Check to make sure hips are level. Extend that arm alongside the ear. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale and take. Inhale and rise. Really reach through that back heel. Moving on your breath, nice and easy. On this last one, we'll extend in both directions and hold. Keep the back of the neck long. Easing down towards your mat. And this lift and this reach like you're going to touch both balls. Release the hand. Take that foot over that opposite foot. Press back through the heel. Peek over the right shoulder this time. Breathe into that whole left side. And then releasing the toes. We'll bring the knee back down to the floor. Slide your hands forward, maybe a palm's length. Tuck the toes under. This time, lifting the knees, reach your hips up and back. We're going to come through that a couple more times. So start to shift forward. Bring the knees to a hover, shoulders over the wrists. And then draw the thighs back. And then find that engagement of the core, shifting forward. Knees hovering inch away. Last one. This time, lift the hips up and back. Start to pedal the feet. Bending one knee as you reach and straighten that opposite heel towards your mat. Just kind of waking up the legs, getting things moving. We'll lengthen the heels toward the floor from here. Press into the hands, just moving toward the thighs. Take a breath and start to walk your hands all the way back toward your feet. Try to minimize any rocking side to side. You can take a bend in the knees as needed. And then we'll fold over the legs here. So take a generous bend in the knees, allow the weight of the head to release. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Let go of any tension here through the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then ground down through the feet, spread the toes. We're going to roll it up to stand one vertebrae stacking on top of another. Roll your shoulders back at the top and grow tall. Nice. Check out your feet. Make sure they're parallel. I'm going to slide my mat back a bit. Make sure the feet are sitting bone width apart. And that the toes point straight ahead. Navel strong to your spine. Scoop your belly. We're going to bring your chin toward the chest. And then imagine you're peeling away from a wall here. So feet into roll downs. Allow the head to hang. Allow the arms to dangle. And then soften the knees as you come back up. Press the feet down into the floor by keeping the knees soft. Like you're pressing the floor away. Stacking bone by bone. Shoulders roll back to the top, row top. And then chin to your chest, peel back down. Bone by bone, peeling away from that imaginary wall. Allow the head to hang, and then softening the knees here. Press the floor away. Find that engagement through the belly. Shoulders roll back from here, grow top. Chin to your chest, peeling down. Rolling through the spine. And then stacking bone by bone to rise up. We're going to add on from here. So growing tall, shoulders roll back. Bring your chin to your chest. We'll peel it down nice and easy. Knees are soft. Take the hands to the floor. And we'll walk it all the way out. Bring your shoulders so that they're in line with wrists. Bring into a high plank position. You're welcome to stay here or lower the knees down to the floor. Elbows draw in toward the side ribs, pressing up. For 2, so you can lower 2 inches. You can lower halfway or nose to your mat. 3. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees, reach the hips up and back. And start to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, keeping a bend in the knees as needed. Abdominals pulling up and in, allow the head to be heavy. Roll it up to stand, stack one vertebrae on top of another. Roll your shoulders back to the top for a top. Chin to your chest, peeling down. Nice and easy, take the hands to the floor. Walk it all the way out until the shoulders are right over top of the wrists. Maybe you're just holding this plank today, maybe lowering the knees and holding. Or from here, elbows drawing in, Pilates push-ups for 3. Or you can just lower 2 inches. For 2, 1. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Take the hips up and back. Nice and easy. Start to walk the hands toward the feet if you need to. Take a bend of these knees. And then as you roll it up, make like you're pressing the floor away. Engage the abdominals. Stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Roll your shoulders back. Grow tall, chin to your chest, peel back down. Taking the hands down to the floor, walk it all the way out until the shoulders are in line with the wrist. Step the shoulder blades onto your back here. Maybe you're just holding that plank or lower plank today. Or elbows hugging in, chest leaning forward. One more. Head in line with the spine here. Try not to let the head hang. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Nice and easy, start to walk those hands back toward the feet. Take a slight bend in the knees, roll it up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Roll your shoulders back, grow tall. One more, chin to your chest, peeling down. Bring the hands to the floor here, walk it all the way up. Bring your shoulders so they're in line with the wrists. And lower the knees from here. Elbows hugging in, chest seems forward. So if the knees are on the mat, you're one long line, knees to the crown of the head. Try not to let that chin jut forward. And then from here, we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. And nice and easy, start to walk this back. Hang over the legs here. Take a generous bend in the knees. You can shake your head yes and no. And then we'll soften the knees and roll it up to stand. Press the floor away here. Roll your shoulders back at the top, grow top. Nice, we're gonna grab a hold of your weights. So I recommend 1 to 2 pounds. If you don't have weights, you can do the arm series without. You can also grab whatever you have around the house, like soup cans, potatoes. Make sure feet are parallel. Shoulders roll down onto your back, navel drawing to your spine. You're gonna reach the arms out at shoulder height, slow lower. Exhale, lift. Slow lower. So as you exhale, blow out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Exhale on the exertion reach. Just to shoulder height, and then you're controlling that descent. Navel strong to the spine, you're scooping the belly. Crown of the head is lifting up toward the ceiling. Nice, 4 more. Here's 2. Last one, stay up here. We're gonna carve out that circle in the air. Try and keep the upper body still. Just the arms are moving, navel strong to your back spine. Back body is engaged, your glutes are engaged. Carving out that circle. 2 more this way, nice and easy. Reversing that circle, opposite direction. Try not to break at the wrist. If at any point the weights feel like too much, do this without the weights. Nice, last one. Bring your palms to face up here. Press toward the back wall. Palms up and press. For 3. Use your breath. 2 more. Last one. From here, we're going to bring the palms to face up, reach it forward. Slow lower the right, lift, and then the left. Make sure that you're not breathing at the wrist. Make sure you're not elevating the shoulder. Make sure you're drawing that navel into the spine. You're engaging the core, relaxing the jaw. Last one, right and left. From here, we'll reach the arms back out to the sides, bend the elbows here, little pulses, small range. And from here, we'll draw it in, open it out. Draw it in, open it out. Arms are going to come so they're parallel. Palms face in, try not to break at the wrist. Navel drawing to your spine. Shoulder blades gliding onto your back. 4 more. Here's 3. On our last one, bring your arms parallel, little pulses, little lifts up, navel drawing to your spine here, reaching for 4 more. 3, 2, we're going to join the wrists and squeeze. For 2. 2 more. Glue them together and little pulses here, small range. And lowering down, release your weights here. Go ahead and make your way back to the back of your mat. We'll soften the knees, shake it out a little. And then from here, a little bend in the knees, curling down 1 vertebrae at a time, chin comes toward the chest. You're gonna walk it out about 3/4 of the way and hold. Just get this nice stretch, you can pedal the feet. Lengthen the heels toward your mat, lift up through your single and press into the hands. Your chest moves toward the thighs, shift forward, find your plank. And then from here, you're welcome to lower the knees, or for a little more challenge, look forward to tippy toes, hug the elbows in and lower all the way down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press up, folding back hips to your heels. Take a little breather here in rest pose. Knees will separate about the width of your rib cage. Take them a little wider if your forehead doesn't rest on the mat. And then we'll come on up onto all fours. So from here, I'm going to slide forward just a bit. And let's come over, actually, let's swing our legs around. And we're going to take the feet forward, slide your hands back behind your thighs, we'll scoop the belly here. Roll it down nice and slow, bone by bone. Come on to the back and then walk your feet in so that you can almost reach down here, maybe grab your ankles. Lining up the knees and the ankles, release your arms to your sides. I'm going to take, let's actually start with a pelvic tuck. So slide your hands onto your belly, press your low back down, we'll tuck the pelvis, and then come through neutral and then tilt the pelvis the other way. So come back to that, flatten back. Come through a neutral spine and then allow your back to overarch. So go through that a couple more times, just a pelvic tilt. So tucking the pelvis, neutral, and then allow the pelvis to tilt the other direction. And then from here, you don't want to jam the low back down, and then you don't want to get this overarching where the belly kind of puffs out. We're going to find that neutral. We'll find that neutral right here. And then keep that engagement of the lower belly and just release the right foot. Slowly lower, left foot. We'll just do a little bit of marching here. So make sure you're engaging the belly, make sure you're keeping that 90-degree angle of the leg. Make sure you don't have a big gapping space between the low back and the mat, and you're not jamming the low back into the floor. So you should feel this in the floor right here. On this next one, we're going to lift the left foot and hold, and then take the right foot away. And then we're going to come to a hover, maybe an inch or two away from the mat. Make sure you're not lengthening that leg. So look at my leg and how I'm keeping that 90-degree angle. And I'm also not letting the pelvis change, so I'm not letting the back the pelvis tilt and the back start to overarch as I lower the toes for the floor. It's going to want to. So that's where the work comes in, holding on to that. Use your breath. Exhaling, one more right and left. And then the next time that you lift the left toes back away from the floor, squeeze the inner thighs together here. We'll come halfway with both legs. Slow lift up. Halfway with both legs. Nice. Try and keep the thighs glued together. Try and keep this 90-degree angle of the leg. Don't use your momentum here as you lift back up and use it just over those hips. One more. Lowering and lifting. Nice. On this next one, we'll lower all the way down. Take the feet in. Release your arms. And then tucking the chin toward the chest slightly. Peel away. We're going to come into a bridge. Keep the sense of adducting. So drawing in toward the midline and then one vertebrae at a time lowering down toward the floor. So you're thinking of lengthening those knees toward the opposite wall. Low back presses down. Hips peel away. Chin coming toward your chest. And then like you've got a block or a ball here between those knees. A little bit of adduction and lower it down bone by bone. Slowly. Nice. Let's do two more. Press the low back. Peel the hips away. Chin will come toward the chest slightly. Make sure you're not kind of letting those knees splay and bringing the weight to the outer edge of the feet. Instead, hug them in toward the midline of it and ground down through the inner heel. Nice. Last one. On this next one, we're going to lift up and hold at the top and add a little lower and left. So all the way up, lowering just an inch and lifting an inch, squeezing those glutes. Lower a little, lift a little. Keep them drawing in toward the midline here. Lower a little, lift a little. Let's do four more. Squeezing the glutes for 3. Here's 2. Nice. Last one. Peel it all the way down. Lifting off one foot, then the other here. Keeping this 90-degree angle, knees directly over the hips. Reach the arms to the sides like a U. Press weight into the shoulders. Lower toward the right into a hover. Slow rise back up. So think of using those obliques here, coming over toward the left into a hover. Opposite shoulder blade is pressing down into the floor from here. And coming back to the right. Slow lift back up so you're engaging those sideways muscles back to the center of the left. Let's do one more each side. Try and keep the shoulder blades pressing down so you're activating the shoulder blades. That's going to help to stabilize. Make sure you're not lowering too low with those legs. And then we're going to release it back to the middle, taking one foot and then the other back down to the floor here. Slide your hands back behind your head. The elbows are wide. Draw your navel to your spine. Make sure you're not overarching, but don't jam the low back down. And then peel the tips of the shoulder blades off. From here, weight of the head and the hands that a little higher. Slow lower back down. Exhale, peel. Lift a little higher, elbows are wide. And slowly lower. Exhale, lift. Try not to tense up the head and neck, lift a little higher. Slowly lower. Exhale, lift. Navel drawn to your spine, lift higher still. And slowly lower. Exhale, reach. And lift. Nice, let's do one more like that. Make sure the weight of the head is in the hands here. In fact, in this next one, lift, let the head get heavy, then lift higher. And then we'll come into a rotation of the spine. So the next time you lift up, hold, rotate right, slow center, rotating left, slow center, lift up a little higher right here in the middle, and lower all the way back down. Exhale, heel, rotate, center, rotate, center, lift up, lower back down. Exhale and lift. Space between the chin and the chest here, rotate. And rotate. And lift. And lower. Exhale, lifting up. Rotate right. And center, rotate left. And center, lift it. Last time through, here we go. Rise. Rotate. And rotate. And lift in the middle here. Take your hands back behind the thighs. Some people do your spine lift a little bit higher. Some pulses right here. Lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put your knees in here. Take a little rock. Take a little circle of the low back. And we'll take the head side to side to release any tension in the head and shoulders. From here, lowering the feet back down to the floor. We're going to set up for the 100. If you have a ball, a block, or a circle you can bring between the inner thighs, you can do so.
Draw your navel into your spine. Find that neutral pelvis, lifting one foot and then the other way. We're going to come into tabletop, so knees are over the hips. From here, you can bring the circle between the ankles if you like. You can bring a block between the inner thighs or a ball. And then reach your arms at shoulder height, drop your rib cage down. We're going to float the arms up and keep the rib cage dropping down. As you exhale, nod the chin to the chest, the tips of the shoulder blades will lift. And then come to a hover here. So nodding the chin to the chest, use your exhale, and good. Come to a hover. One more like that. Peel up. Holding this one, start to pump the arms here. So you're inhaling for 5, and you're exhaling for 5. Arms are pumping, navel strong to the spine. Now, if this is too much for the head, neck, and shoulders, you can always lower the upper body down, and or take a blanket or that ball for support underneath the head. And then stay here and lengthen the legs up toward the ceiling. Keep that squeeze of the inner thighs. If you have the circle, hug it in toward the midline. Stay here or lower down for 45 degrees. Make sure that low back isn't arching up off your mat. You're welcome to stay here, or if you like, slow lift back to 90. And slow lower to 45. Arms pumping, inhale 90. Exhale 45. One more, inhale 90. Exhale 45, hold. Inhale, arms pumping, exhale, and lower it down. Give your knees a hug. Rock this out. And then go ahead and curl your head and neck away from the floor. Go ahead and rock it up to a seat. We're going to get ready for rolling with ball. So if you're newer to this, you might want to start with the first version. Start by curling the tail under, sweep the belly here, draw your navel to the spine. Start to make that C-shaped curve with the low back. And then from here, lifting one foot and then the other way. Keeping your hands on your shin. Small range, so just back a little bit. Make sure as you rock back, you're not doing this. So you're not bringing those knees any closer to the chest. You're moving in one piece through your belly. Just rocking back 2 inches. One more. Exhale, rock. And then you can stay with this, or if you've been working on this, go ahead and rock along the spine. As you come up, try not to let those toes touch. This is where I tell people if you need to double up your mat, using 2 mats or taking a blanket underneath. If you want to make this harder, see if you can bring your forehead towards your knees. Hands will come to the ankles. Get a little tighter in your block. Don't use momentum here. The key is not to use momentum. You're really using those abdominals. Don't let those legs swing. Don't let them come way overhead. It's nice and controlled. And you're not rocking onto your neck here. Just the flex the shoulder blades. 2 more. You're doing it right. You should feel it in those lower abdominals. Last one. We're going to hold. Nice. From here, lengthening the right leg. And then left. So bring it parallel. Shoulders roll back, lift the chest. Let's twist out those hamstrings. Lengthen the right. Lengthen the left. Extend through the arms. Full teaser. Take a breath. We'll bend the knees in here. Slide the hands back behind the thighs. Scoop your belly. Pulling the navel into the spine. Roll it all the way down. And then from here, lengthening the legs long onto your mat. Take your arms so that they're in line with your shoulders. From here, as you float the arms up overhead, the rib cage is going to drop down. So your fingertips won't touch the floor. And then you're going to reach the arms back up in line with the shoulders. So take the arms up overhead, drop the rib cage down. Squeeze the inner thighs in here. Bring that awareness to your pelvis. Load the arms back up. Nice. So there should be no change. You're not doing this and overarching the back and letting those arms drop. You're keeping that rib cage dropping down, squeezing the glutes, inner thighs come together. One more, we'll float the arms up overhead. This time, nod your chin to your chest. And start to peel, 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 peel. So reaching out and over the toes. And then to roll back down, slide forward on my mat a little. You're going to round your low back, navel drawing to your spine, start to come back down bone by bone. The arms will float up, the rib cage drops down from here. Squeeze those inner thighs. Use your breath, breathe through that sticking point. Come out and over the toes. And then as you come back down, imagine someone's got like a, one of those hooks they're trying to take you off stage, and then they're drawing your low back back. As the arms float up, rib cage drops down, so fingertips won't touch the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Reach, 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 reach. Come out and over the toes. Take a little bend in the knees here as needed. The palms are facing in. The chin comes toward the chest. Hug the inner thighs in toward the midline. Reach. Lifting the arms up overhead. Using your breath to peel, 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 peel. Nice. Let's do 2 more from here. Slowing it down, so don't speed through this.
Use that abdominal control. Imagine that you've got something you want to hang on to between those inner thighs. So maybe a $100 bill. You're drawing those inner thighs together. Don't let that bill go. Last one. And from here, we're going to come all the way back down. Breathing through that sticking point out and over the toes. And then we'll come all the way back down. Nice. This time, go ahead and float those arms up overhead. I'm going to readjust on my mat a little. Get this stretch from your fingers to your toes. So you can allow that back to arch, allow the rib cage to release. And then from here, we'll bend the knees in one at a time. Drop the rib cage down, draw your navel into your spine, take the arms down by your sides, a little bit away from the body. And then from here, lengthening one leg and then the other up toward the ceiling. You're gonna take the legs so that they're about the width of your mat apart, lowering down. Squeeze the inner thighs, slowly back to 90. So slowly separate, slowly lower. Inner thighs connect, slow lift back up. Relax your shoulders here. This is what's gonna wanna happen. The shoulder blades are gonna lift away from the floor and the shoulders will kind of curl in. See if you can relax your shoulders, actively press the palms down, press the shoulder blades into the floor. You don't wanna swing the legs here, so you don't wanna use any momentum. Really using those abdominals here. As the legs lower down, you're not letting that back overarch. Think of the pelvis. We did that exercise of pressing it down and then letting it release. You want to find that neutral, keep that. This next time you lift the legs back to 90, we're going to reverse it. So lower the legs together, then separate. Slow lift, inner thighs. Slowly lower, separate. Slowly lift, inner thighs connect. Try and relax your jaw here, soften your face a bit. Nice, last one, and then we're gonna meet up at 90 degrees from here. You're gonna draw a circle on the ceiling with those big toes. And then draw a circle over toward the left. Keep your inner thighs connected, keep the palms grounding down into the floor. Keep the shoulder blades actively pressing into your mat. Nice, guys. Corkscrew, so you're welcome to stay here. You can start to make this circle bigger. And then if you like, maybe the hips peel away. Squeeze and lift. Make sure you're not coming onto the neck here. Coming into that balance on the shoulder blades. Grounding down through the palms, last one. And then we'll reach out through the toes and lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float the arms back up overhead. Drop your rib cage down. Allowing your chin to your chest, peel all the way up and reach for your toes. Take a stretch here. You can take a little bend in the knees. Hanging over the legs. And then we're gonna sit up nice and tall. I want you to take a hand to your low back. So take the extra flesh, rocking side to side, take the extra flesh weight when you're sitting bones up top. And then slide your hand to your low back. You want this inward curve of the spine. If you're feeling rounded, chances are your pelvis is rocked back and you're over rounding the spine. So you can either bend the knees or elevate the hips or both. So that you're sitting up nice and tall, you have that curve of the spine, shoulders are stacked over your hips, and then head is in line with the spine here. Nice, from here we're gonna reach the arms to a T, and as you exhale, rotate right. Try and keep your arms directly at your sides, come back to center, rotate to your left. Reach up through the crown of the head, grow top. Exhale, rotate. So the arms stay at your sides, even as you come into that rotation. Exhale, rotate. And back to the center. Grow tall, exhale, rotate right. So make sure you're moving from the side waist here. The arms aren't moving, they're staying directly in line with the sides. And then as you rotate, you're coming into those obliques. The next time you come back to the center, we're gonna bend this right elbow, draw it back. And then reach. So switching this up, you're gonna bend the left elbow back. Reach. Re-extend the arms to a T, bend the right elbow, rotate. And back to the center. Make sure you're lengthening up through the crown of the head throughout. Come over this twist. Nice, rotate right. And rotate to your left. Nice, release here. We'll unwind the arms. Go ahead and slide forward onto your mat a little bit. This time we're going to tuck the tail under. So you're going to find a little rounding in the low back, but broad across the collarbones to find that length in the upper back. Let the knees drop open here. Hands can come back behind the thighs. Lengthen the right leg and then the left. Stay with the hands back behind the thighs, or if you're more flexible, slide them up to the calves here. You're going to take the inner thighs together and then just open to a V. So just about the width of your mat. Slow close, slow open. Use your exhale. Use your breath. Tail is tucked under, top of the spine is long. Nice, scooping the belly. 2 more here. Now you're welcome to stay here just doing this, or maybe holding this open V at the top, or coming into open leg rock, or sinking that navel to the side or rock back. Lengthen up through the crown of the head as you come up. Nice, bam. Exhale, navel to spine brings you back. And then find that length broad across your collarbones. Scoop the belly here. So if you need to, remember, hands can come back behind the thighs. You can stay with a little bend of the knees like this. Either version, exhale. Make sure the weight is not coming onto the neck here. You're stopping at the tips of those shoulder blades. Nice, Amy, last one. Scoop your belly, we're gonna hold at the top. From here, inner thighs come together, extend the spine, reach the arms, full teaser. Gonna backstroke that right arm back, and then the left. So you're welcome to stay here or lower down onto your forearms like so. Find this lift to the chest, navel's drawing towards your spine. We're gonna draw a circle in the air with those big toes. So bend the knees if you need to, or straight legs. Trace that circle. Use your breath. Hug the inner thighs in here. Hip circles, circle to the left. Circle it to the right, inner thighs stay connected. Circle it to the left. One more right and left. Nice, from here, bend the knees in. You're gonna dip the knees to the right, over to the left, back to the right, and lengthen. Coming into can-can. Left this time, right. So make sure you're getting this rotation of the spine. Lengthen. Right, left, right. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Left, right, left. Lengthen. One more each side. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And last one left. Nice. From here, we're gonna lower the feet to the floor. Roll it back down through the spine. Walk your feet in toward your sitting bones. So coming into a bridge, release your arms at your sides. Draw your navel into your spine. Press the low back down and start to peel the hips up, just like we did toward the beginning. Press weight into this left foot. Take this right leg up. Flex the foot. Reach through your heel. You're gonna bring it in line with that knee. Point, swing it up. Flex and reach. Keep those hips level. Point and swing. For 3. Use your breath. Keep those hips lifted, lifted, lifted throughout. Don't let that leg lower as you lower, or the hip lower as you lower the leg. 3 more. Here's 2. Last one. Lift it up, bend the knee in here. Take the foot to the floor. Bone by bone, roll down. Nice, we're gonna come onto the other side. So start by sinking your navel to your spine, ground down through the palms. Chin comes toward your chest, lift the hips up. Lengthen this left leg. Reach through the heel. And point and swing. Lengthen. And point and swing. Keep those hips lifted, lifted, lifted throughout. Should feel like that right quad and hamstring are working against gravity here. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Lift it up. Bend the knee in here. Take your foot to the floor. Roll it on down. Nice. Let's take the feet out toward the edges of the mat. And then just take the knees to the right and then the left. Take your time. Take a moment to just neutralize. Next time you drop them over to the left, look over that right shoulder. And take the arms overhead, bending the elbows, breathe into that right side. Bring it back to the center, bring it over to the right. This time, breathe into that left side. Nice, come back to the center. We'll walk the feet in here. Release your arms down to your sides, press into the palms. Lengthen that right leg up toward the ceiling. You're gonna flex and point. Notice that the tips of the shoulders are peeling away from the mat. Can you press them down?
you need to, maybe taking that blanket, fold it, and roll it underneath. Take a little circle here. Circle the other way. Stay here, especially if you have tightness in the hamstrings or the front of those hips, or lengthen that leg. Scooping the belly, navel to spine, ground down through your palms. We're gonna trace the circle in the ceiling with that big toe. Start with your circle small. Make sure this is controlled. Make sure the hips stay still. You're isolating the leg in the hip joint here. And then as you find that control, you try making that circle a little bigger, but keeping it controlled. Use your exhale. Ground down through the palms, your shoulders away from the ears. More important that this leg that's up toward the ceiling is lengthened than this leg that's on the floor. 2 more. Nice, guys. Last one. You're gonna hold at the top. Breathe. Reverse that circle. Carving out a circle in the air. The work comes in here. Can you stabilize? Can you keep those hips still? Can you keep those abdominals pulling up and in? This is where all that work is happening right here in the core. Use your exhale. 4 more. Reach. Ground down through the palms, shoulders away from the ears. 3, 2. This is that last one. Give that knee a hug. Release the front of the hip. Breathe. And we'll take that foot to the floor. So we'll lengthen the left leg this time up toward the ceiling. Arms are at your sides, press down through the palms, flex and point to start. Take a little circle. Navel to spine here, stay here, lengthen that right leg. Drawing a circle in the ceiling with that big toe. Can you keep your hips still as you draw the circle? And then as you've mastered that, you can try making it a little bigger, but keep the hips still. You can take your hands on your hips to kind of test that out. Are they moving around? Keep them still. 4 more. Use your exhale. 3. Last one here. Hold at the top. Reverse that circle. If you're feeling a lot of tension to the fronts of these hips, or that hamstring is really starting to nag, bend this bottom knee. No big deal. And then plant the foot on the floor. Use your exhale. 4 more. Keep this controlled. 3, 2. On our last one, we're going to hug the knee in toward your chest. Release the front of that hip. Take a breath or 2 here. Use your upper body strength to really draw it in. And then taking that foot to the floor, go ahead and take your right ankle. We're going to bring it to the left knee here. Stay here if you're already feeling the stretch. Or go ahead and release that foot away from the mat. Stay here or bring your hands back behind that thigh. Breathe. Take this leg up toward the ceiling and we'll circle the ankle. Circle the other way. Flex, draw it in, and point, lift it up. Last one, we'll hold. And release. Go ahead and lengthen that leg. Scoot your hips a little to your right. So as you drop this knee across the body, the hips are stacked here. You can take a hand to make sure they're stacked. Over the right shoulder. Press the weight of that right shoulder blade into the floor. Nice, we'll unwind. We're going to take the left ankle to the right knee this time. Stay here, hands can come back behind the right thigh. Breathe. Make sure this left knee is opening out to the left. Pull in a little closer as you feel the stretch. Take this right leg up, circling. Flex, draw it in. Point, lift it up. If you feel like your upper body is really peeling away, just keep your arms relaxed at your sides. 1 more, we'll hold this one. Pull it in a little closer. Lengthen the right leg this time. Scoot your hips about 2-3 inches to your left. So as you drop this knee across the body, you're coming into that twist. Hips are stacked. Weight of the left shoulder blade releasing down. And release. Lengthen your legs here. Take the arms up overhead. Take a stretch fingers to toes. Should feel nice. And from here, bend the knees in. We're going to take the right foot away from the floor. Interlace the fingers underneath your knees. Scoop your belly. Left leg long. Lower it down to 45 degrees. Nod your chin to your chest here, so tips the shoulder blades lift away, and then just switch. Make sure as you switch, this knee is coming right over the hip, so it's not coming in toward your chest. Let them brush. You can even just reach the arms and go in. If this is too much for the head, neck, and shoulders, lower the upper body down, or taking that ball or blanket underneath your head for support. 2 more this way. Let them brush. Brush. From here, bending both knees in. Reach out through the arms and legs. Wrap it in, knees over hips. Reach out. So don't hug those knees to your chest. Bring them just over the hips. That's going to help engage that transverse. And reach out. Again, if this is too much for the head and neck, lower your upper body down. Last one. Hands back behind the right thigh. Left leg extends, double pull. Let them scissor, double pull. Hands can come back behind the thigh or the calf if you're more flexible. Bringing that leg in towards you. Let them brush in the air here. Double pull, brush. Last step. We're going to bring the legs up at 90. Hands back behind your head, elbows are wide. Navel to spine, slow lower. Slow lift. Don't swing those legs. Don't use your momentum. Keep this nice and controlled. If you want, give your head and neck a break here. Just lower the upper body down. Slow lower, squeeze the inner thighs. Slow lift. Don't use that momentum. Slow it down. One more. Nice. From here, hands cradle the head. Lengthen that left leg. Bend the right knee in. Rotate right. Come back to center. Rotate left. Center. Elbows wide. Remember, this is quality, not quantity. Let the legs brush. Really come into that rotation, coming into those obliques. Don't let the low back overarch. Bring the knee so it's directly over the head. Don't think elbow to knee here. Think rotating right and rotating to your left. Try not to strain the head and neck. Let the weight of the head into your hands. Last set. Let them brush down the midline and lower down. Little circles here. Ah. Circle the other way. And we'll roll over onto our side. Come all the way up to a seat and swing the legs around here. Come onto your belly. You can take a little sip of water if you want. From here, we're going to come into some back extension. So go ahead and snuggle yourself down. Go rocking those hips side to side. Separate the feet a little bit apart. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Hug the elbows in. Activate the legs and the glutes. Start to peel the chest away. Head and line the spine. Slowly lower. Navel drawn to your spine. Peel the chest away. Don't use the hands. Using those back extensors. Back of the neck is long, so you're not easing up here. Slow lower. Squeeze those glutes. Whole back body engaged. Elbows draw in. And rise. Tops of feet pressing down into the floor. Glutes are working. Slow release. One more like this. Elbows wrap in. Reach. Lift up. Slow lower. From here, you can release the arms to your sides like you've got a strip running down your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Peel your chest away. Roll a little higher, but don't lead with the head and neck. Let the back of the neck be long. Slow lower. Exhale, squeeze those glutes. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Slow lower. 2 more. Glutes are squeezing. Chest and shoulder roll open. Back of the neck is long. Lift a little higher. Nice. Slowly release. Last one. This is it. Back extension. Lift. Squeeze those glutes. Lift a little higher if you're able. Lower down. Look over that right shoulder. Take the hips. Rock them out side to side. Release any tension in the low back. Let your heels fall apart from here. Big toes come together. Look over that opposite shoulder. Press your ear into the mat, get that chair to the head and neck. Hands underneath your shoulders here, press up. Fold back, separate the knees apart, round your spine. Ah, should feel good. And we'll come on to all fours. Bring your hips and knees in line here. Stack your shoulders and your wrists. Navel drawn to your spine. Little circle here. Warm up the wrist a bit. Make sure you're spreading through the fingers, bringing weight into all parts of the hand, not just the wrist. Circle it the other way. Come back to the middle. Set those shoulder blades onto the back. Take your right leg straight back behind you. We'll lift the leg here. Take a hand to your low back. Make sure hips are level. Tap the toes. lift up. Make sure you're not lifting that hip as you lift the leg. Slow this down and make it really controlled. You can keep that hand there. You can bring your hand to your head, or you can release the hand down. Make sure you're not pouring all that weight into the right side. Head in line with the spine. Find a lift up out of your right wrist. 3 more. Here's 2. Nice. Last one. Keep it up. It's a pulse. Small range. And we're going to carve out a circle in the air. Try not to move those hips. Carve. Slow it down. Carve. Two more. Reverse the circle, navel drawing to your spine here. Carve out that circle, reach through your heel. Woo! Slow it down, guys. Big circles, last one. Hold it straight back behind you. Turn it in, internal rotation, turn it out. Turn it in, turn it out. The next time you come into that internal rotation from your hip, hold, tap it in, tap it out. Tap it in, tap it out. Look down. Make sure you're not just turning this in from the foot. It's going to be from all the way up in that hip joint. Might feel awkward. That's okay. And your limits might be different than mine or your neighbors. Don't worry. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. We're going to reach it toward that back corner. This time external rotation. Drop your heel. Lift and lower toward that diagonal. So reaching for the right corner of your mat. Make sure you're not pouring all the way into that left side. Can you press down through the hands and lift up out of it? Navel drawing to your spine. 4 more. 3, 2. On our last one, keep it up there, and it's a pulse. And then we're going to carve out a circle toward that back corner for 2. Woo! 2 more. Last one. Reversing that circle, navel drawing into your spine. 2 more. Woo! Go ahead and release it over that opposite foot like we did for the beginning. Look over that left shoulder. Breathe. Press back through the heel. Release your toes. Bring your knee back down to the floor. Sink your hips to your heels. Take a little breather. Come back to all fours. Left leg straight back behind you. Navel drawing to your spine. Lift and lower. Take your right hand. Bring it to your hips. Make sure hips are level. So as you lift this left leg, you're not lifting the left hip. And then you can bring that hand to your head like you're saying, oh my. Press the back of the hand into the forehead. You always have the option to just release this hand down to the floor too. 2 more. Last one. Reach through that heel, small range. Little pulses up for 2. Draw the navel into the spine. Find a lift up out of your wrist. Spread the fingers. Carve out that circle. So you're not sinking into your wrist here. Keep the fingers spread, weight coming into all parts of the hand. If this is too much on your wrist, option to lower onto the forearms. Just try not to overarch the back and let the belly drop. So bring that awareness into the core, but this way it takes weight out of the hands if this is too much. Reverse the circle. Woo! Use your exhale. Last one. Straight back behind you, turn it in, turn it out. So you're turning it in from all the way up in that hip joint. The toes will turn too, but the motion is coming from your hip. Next time that you internally rotate, stop it there, tap and tap. Tap it in, tap it out. Notice if you're side bending to the left here. Can you square the shoulders? Can you go up and in on the abdominals? Can you find a lift up out of your wrists? 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Take it to that back corner, drop the heel, lift and lower toward that left corner of your mat. Are you doing this? Don't swing the upper body, don't side bend to your left. Notice all those small things your body's doing to try and compensate. Can you stop those and use a little more control, slow it down a little more? Better to go slow and more controlled than to swing all over. Last one, small range. Nice. From here, we're going to circle, but you're circling toward that back corner. So different than the circles that we did straight back behind you. So circling toward that corner. Woo! Reverse the circle, lift up out of your wrists here. Remember, if you need to, coming onto those forearms or take a break. We're almost done.
2 more. Last one. And sink your hips to your heels. Sit back. We're almost there, guys. Makes you feel nice. We're gonna come forward, roll onto your side. We'll do a little short side lying. Line up with the back of your mat. You can extend this arm or bend the elbow. Rest your head. Hips are stacked. This other hand's in front for balance. We're gonna point up, flex, resist down. Keep the hips stacked throughout. Take a peek down. Make sure you're in line with the back of your mat. Make sure those hips are stacked. You're not rolling forward or back. Not a real high lift of the leg. I see some of you lifting that leg too high. Keep it small and controlled. See how low mine is? Think of reaching through the heel, lengthen toward that opposite wall. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Keep it up here. We're gonna carve out that circle. Slowly, try and keep your hips still. Try not to tense up the head and neck here. Keep them relaxed. Reverse the circle, navel drawing to your spine. Try not to let those hips move. Take a peek down. Isolate the leg. On this last one, bend the knee. Press the hip points forward here, get a quad stretch. We're gonna bend the other knee in, stack your hips. Feet are in line with the sitting bone. Apple for the teacher on this top hip, open, close. So make sure you're not changing the shape of your pelvis. The hips are staying stacked throughout. Clamshell. Last one, it's a pulse. If you like, second set, elevate those feet. Keep the bottom leg the same. Just that top leg moves. Nice. From here, stay here, or bonus set, tap the knee, tap the toes. Only the top leg's moving. This is it, guys. 2 more. On this last one, go ahead and release it. Lengthen that bottom leg. Take a little rub of that top hip and leg. We're gonna swing the legs around. Come on to the other side. Take a little sip of water if you like. Make sure you're still facing me. Stack those hips. Line up with the back of your mat. You can either extend this arm or bend the elbow. Here we go. Lift up. Flex, resist down. Not a real high lift. More important to keep this controlled. More important to keep the abdominals actively engaged. You're lengthening toward that opposite wall, reaching through that heel. Hips are staying stacked. Use your exhale. 4 more. Reach. There's 3. Last one. We're going to take this one up and circle. Don't move those hips. Look down. Make sure you're carving out a circle in the air. Don't just come back to the midline. Full circle here. Like you're carving the inside of a barrel. And we'll reverse that circle. Abdominals pulling up and in, navel drawing to your spine. Carve out that circle. On this last one, bring it back behind you, bend your knee. Stretch the quad, almost there, guys. Clamshell, and we're out. Bend the bottom knee, stack the hips, we're opening and closing for 2. Three more here. 2, last one, little pulse. Second set, elevate the feet if you like, open, close, try, and keep the back of the neck long, relax your jaw, soften the face. Last one, it's a pulse. Nice, from here we're gonna tap, 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 tap. Woo. Last one, release it, rub it out. Nice, lengthen that leg, roll onto your belly, stack one hand on top of the other, Go ahead and rest your forehead on the back of the hand and just shimmy the hips. Release any tension that you may have gathered in your low back here. Nice. We're just going to roll over onto our backs. Lengthen the legs along here. Take your arms at your sides a little bit away from the body. Let it all go. Take a deep breath in. Send your breath all the way down to your toes. Working your way up, relaxing your feet. Moving your way up to your calves, relaxing your thighs. Relaxing your hips, your back, your belly, your chest, your arms at your sides. Working your way up all the way to your shoulders, your neck, and your head. Let's take those arms up overhead. Reach from your fingers to your toes. Take a deep breath in. And we'll bend the knees in here, roll over to your side. Using that upper body strength, press your way up to a seat. Coming back to where we started, sitting up nice and tall. From here, sweep the arms, breath in. Exhale, press the space away, reach out through the fingertips. One more, inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, press the space away, and we're done. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. It was so good to see all of you.